Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for the 25th of February. So the DAX here, we're looking at wave 3 here with wave 4 here, and then looking for wave 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here. And it's not a very good wave 2, but I need to line it up with the S&P 500. So the S&P 500's got a nice 1 ABC for wave 2 here, so it lines up quite nicely. So if I just put this on 1 hour here, then you can see that that the S&P 500 has got the A, the B, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5 here. So it's quite clear, even if I take this down to into the tick chart here and bring some more data into this here. I'm just sort of showing this because, you know, the DAX is going to be moving with the S&P. So wave 1 up here, an A and a B, and then 1 ABC for 2, 5 waves down for 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's quite clear here for the S&P, and even though that this is not that clear here, it's still kind of got the outside sort of shape of it. It has thrown me out a little bit. I suppose we've got to look at this as 1 and 2 and all of third wave here and a fourth wave here and a fifth wave here. There are probably other ways to look at it, but I always gravitate towards the simple ABC patterns and keeping it as simple as possible. If I have to do WXYs and things, then I sort of will, but I just want to keep things complicated because Elliott's complicated enough. So the other side of the coin to this is that, as you may know, I've pointed out quite a few times that this is wave 1 on the cash market and wave 2 on the cash market, but here we've made a new low, so I can't really count it like that, but on the cash market it's quite clear. So on the cash market we could look at 3 and 4, but now the wave 4 here has moved too low, so we can't use that. So I'm just going to move that because obviously one was going to be right and one's going to be wrong, and maybe it's not over yet, who knows, but we'll move those out of the way, and we've still got a few other little issues to sort out with this as well. But the main point is that I felt that it should be going upwards after it's had a correction, and we're sort of on that track now, which is good. I might move this over here. Well, I don't even need these now, so I'll just clean these up here. You can look to go long. I will have a closer look at that in a moment. We can look to go long now that we're sort of getting up there on support. I mean, it's always been about gaining support on top of the 14,000. And normally when we do things, we'd look for the first high above the level here to go long and bring it down to this one. We could bring it down to that one probably. And the same over here as well. That's the first high. We could bring it down to the second high here, but we got caught out. If you get caught out like that, you have to exit as soon as the level's broken. Okay, and the same thing here. So it didn't work that time, so we need to try it again here again. So basically what we're looking for here is we want the first high above the level to come into play. So that's kind of doing that now, isn't it? It may push a little bit higher, but we just keep working it now until we can see it. So don't need two sets of these. You can go way up yonder. So in a nutshell, we're looking for it to continue to build up this way. Now this is becoming corrective, so that's good. Could it pass off as 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5? Don't think so. Okay then, so just cruising into the 1 hour chart here, and just get a closer look at this. We don't need these. Going to put that level back up to 1 there, so 14,000, and then we've got group 1, which is 1, 2 and 3, which is important. So this move up through here, realistically, it could be counted as corrective or it could be counted as impulsive. As impulsive, we would look here as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then this would be the third wave moving up here in terms of 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So maybe let's just assume for a moment this drifts a little bit lower here, comes back and checks the trend line as up for 1 and back for 2 here. Then we could use that high here to go in on. But we need to see it drop first. If this market pushes up higher and then drops, so then we need to go up here to use it, wherever it may be, you know what I mean? So we can use it here if the market drops, and yeah, or if it doesn't drop and continues up, well then we need that. We definitely need that classic trading levels pattern there, because we've had the arrival, the reaction, we're looking for the first high above the level, and then some sort of ABC pattern here to go long on. So we're getting there, and it's not the best looking pattern, but I just need to line it up with the S&P, and the Nasdaq is not looking all that good as well. I mean, it didn't have a very nice wave 2 as well, so it's just really the S&P. The Nasdaq pulled way back down here, lower, you know, much lower in here. So yeah, look, it's all a bit sort of scruffy, but our saving grace will be having a trade set up on the long side on the 14,000. Okay, so have a look at the FTSE. So we're pretty confident this is corrective, you know what I mean? So we should be pushing up here higher now. And it's hard sometimes, you know, because like if you've been chopped up through here, for example, it's very hard to take the next trade over here, but that's when you really need to force yourself to do that. You know, you need to, because we'll be looking up at 15,000 here for that. If this is wave 1 and 2 here, then wave 3 should take us up higher into that space. Right, so yeah, hang in there. Right, the FTSE, also a bit of a problem as well. So on the 4-hour chart, we're looking at wave 3 here. Now, I did have wave 4 sitting over here and moving up, but it's just really hasn't given me the right structure here. It's not totally lost, but it does look more like an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for the B wave here, and then down for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So that's, I need to look at it in both ways, and we need to have a look at the trade setup for this as well. So if it was going to be bullish with wave 4 sitting here, then 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 of a smaller degree here, with wave 1 there and wave 2 in here. So it's possible. So we'll have a look at the long side and where to go long on. But because this appears to be in 3 waves here, we also need to have a look at the downside, which would be the A wave, the B wave, and 5 waves down for the C wave, which would be going against the DAX. But it's not the first time we've seen that occur. So we just got to be a little bit open-minded about this. So let's just go to the 1-hour chart. Because from that B wave up here, as you may know, I was counting down as 1 and 2 here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, and fifth wave. It's not too bad. Nice third wave. The fifth wave's a bit dodgy, but it's okay. A bit of a dodginess in here as well, but that's okay, so to speak. Yesterday we were looking for a move up into the 50-60% retracement level, so that's coming about here. And would be looking for 5 waves from this leg, which would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to finish off here. So, I mean, that's what we'd be looking at really, as that would be the bearish side of things into wave 3 here. The DAX has got the same pattern, so we need to be mindful about the DAX as well with that. So currently, you know, we'd be low under here, I think we spoke about last time, or even finding the 600 here yesterday as the resistance, but we're not there yet. So I don't want to put it up here. I just don't want to go short against the rest of the markets. If I was totally sure, then it wouldn't be a problem. But let's just see how that finishes off. We won't miss much, because if, let's just say that it is, let's say that this is correct, this is bearish. Let's just say that it's bearish for a moment. So if that's the case, then the move down here will be in 5 waves, and then we'll have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave back up before we head down here again. So we can look to go short through here. So that will get us short back up in this space here, somewhere much higher. So don't feel like we're missing anything. So if that does come back down here, we'll need to see it in 5 waves and then the retracement back up. So that's how we can get that. In terms of going long, then we need support on the 6,700. So we need to see the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, some sort of ABC pattern, and then up from that point. So we'd need to see it at that stage. You know, we'd be over here at that point. So yeah, I'm not sure which way the best way to view all of this, but I need to work it into a corner, and then to see how it comes out of the corner, you know, as long or short. That's about the best way I can sort of work with this at the moment, because it's pretty clear we got 5 waves down here. So yeah, just need to be careful on this rally, that's all. So anyway, from that high to that low, that's a 61.8% at 6,700 roughly. If we get that as support, well, then we can happily go long. If not, then we'll watch it top out, we'll watch it drop, have an ABC correction, and then we'll look to short it through there. So we just need this to fall into place. I mean, if the S&P and the DAX are going to go, well, you'd think this would go up as well. But I can't ignore 2 things here. I can't ignore the fact that this is in 3 waves here. Well, it can be up for 1 and back for 2, and up for 1 and back for 2 perhaps, but I can't get an ABC out of this pattern. I can only get 5 waves out of this pattern. So yeah, I've got issues with this, and probably myself as well. But who hasn't? So let's just continue to monitor this and allow it to fall into place, and then we'll pick it up. We'll get a trade out of it when it's ready. That's all I can say. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.